Hello cherries, my name is Jerry Cherry. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build the 2-5-1 progression on guitar. The 2-5-1 is a very important chord progression in any type of music. It has a very strong musical and harmonical cadence. The 2-5-1 is one of the most common sounds in music. Have a listen. Even though it's a chord progression, it's also a resolution tool. Each chord blends smoothly into the next chord, ultimately sounding like an ending. If you're enjoying this video, please tap the like button, hammer on the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you. Let's create a 2-5-1 in the key of C by first looking at the major scale. Here's the C major scale. So you have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C again. And then going down, C, B, A, G, F, B. But the letters aren't as important right now as the number system. So we can also count this scale in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is where you could see how the 2-5-1 is created. The C is the 1. If you go to the 2, the D, you know that that's the 2 of the 2-5-1. There's 3, 4, 5. The G, so that's the 5, and here's the 1. So these are the root notes of the 2-5-1. A D, G, C. Ultimately sounding like this on the chords. D, G, C. Or the jazzier version we were playing. The jazzier version that we were playing. D, G, C. Same thing. I'm just showing you simply how it's built, so you have a really good understanding of 2-5-1. 2, 5, 1. Now, this allows us to look at every key the same. Instead of memorizing all the letters, it's the same formula. Let's take the key of G. G major. You can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 would be here. Skip the 3, 4. Here's a 5. And the 1. G. Or here's a 2-5-1. 2-5-1 in G. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stack thirds. Let's run all 7 chords, then we'll focus on the 2-5-1. Just so that you have a good understanding of how the 7 chords are built diatonically. You have the C major scale. We went over the fact that it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's build the chords. The roots of the 1 chord is C. We're stacking thirds, so what we're going to do is we're going to skip the second note, which is D, and go right to the E. So you have C, E, skip the 4th, go to the 5th, to the G. So there's your chord, your C triad, C, E, G. And of course, we can't play a chord that way, horizontally. To play it vertically, so I'm going to play the C. I'll play the E note on the D string, 2nd fret, and I'll play the G note, open G, so it sounds like a full chord. There's your C chord that you've known and loved. Cowboy chord. Right? You could also build a 7th that way by skipping the 3rd. So you have the 1, 3, 5, skip the 6, go to the 7. It gives you a B. Now you have, or if you play it vertically, it's your 7 chord. But we're really sticking to triads today. So continuing along, the D, we'll go all the way up the scale doing this. So you have D, skip the E note, go to F, that's your 3rd. So even though this is the 2 chord of the key of C, once we get to this 2 chord, it's D minor, let's look at it as its own thing. you have your 1, you can have your 3, and you can have your 5. Okay, so in this case, you have your 1, you're skipping a note, going to the F, skipping the G, going to the A. And of course, you can't play the chord horizontally like this on one string, so I'm going to play it on the D and G string here. So now you have your 1 chord and your 2 chord. You're almost there. We're almost getting to the 5 chord. So going up the scale, here's the 3, E. We'll skip a note. Skip in the F, go to G. Skip the A and go to B. There's your minor triad again. Going like this, down the strings. Same shape as the D. Minor triad. So now you have 1, 2, 3. Let's go up. Here's the 4, starting on F. Skip a note, skip G, go to A. Skip B, go to C. That's your 4 chord. Same thing, here's your 5 chord of the 2-5-1. G, skip A, go to B, skip C, go to D. Sounds like this. So here's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's your 5 chords. Now you have your 2, your 5, your 1. That's how we built it, based off this stacking third. Skipping every note builds all the chords. That's harmony. That's what we call harmony. Well, it's all harmony, relatively speaking. But this is a very pure version of the harmony. That's just every note is cycling in thirds, so they're all harmonizing perfectly with each other. In thirds, that is. Keep going, we have the C. Keep going, we have the A minor. A. Skipping the B, going to C. Skip the D, go to E. It looks just like this other triad when you hit the D or the E. Here's the A. Now the next one, you have B. Here's the oddball. It's a B minor flat 5. You have the B, the D, and the F. It's an oddball note right there. So we're going to play it vertically like this. B, D, F. Looks a little different, right? Here's your A minor shape. You move that up to B. Of course, it has a flat 5, so we're going to take the 5 and just drop it down. And back to C again. Same as the first chord. Here's all your chords in harmony. Okay, so we're learning what a 2-5-1 is. We have the 2nd chord degree to the 5th chord degree to the 1st chord degree. Now I'm playing it down here, the 5th, because you hit the C here. You don't want to go all the way up here to hit this G. You can. You have the same thing right here. It's the G, the 3rd, and the 5th. Same notes down an octave. Going to C. 2, 5, 1. You've seen the cowboy chords version. You've seen this D chord a million times. G, C. All right, let's talk about common tones for a minute. A common tone is the same note in a different chord, but has a different function. Like for instance, in the 2 chord, the D, you have your D, the F, and the A. So this D note is the 1 of the D minor 2 chord, it's the 5th of the 5 chord, and it's the 3rd. So it's the same note, but it's a different function because it's leading somewhere. Which gets me on to the next topic, leading tones. If you're playing this D minor, the F, which is the 3rd, the minor 3rd of the 2 chord, the F is also the 7th of the G7 chord, and then it's the 3rd of the C chord. That's a leading tone. It's dropping down a half step to the root chord. So you have the D minor, the F note, leading nicely, leading to the 1 chord. So the 5 chord leading to the 1 has 2 leading tones. It has the 7th, which is the F, leading to the 3rd, the E of C, and it also has the 3rd, this B note, which is the 3rd of G, leading to the C. So it sounds like this. So some important things to know about a 2-5-1 is that there's always going to be 3 chords in the same key. In this case, you have D minor, G7, the C major. So there's always going to be a minor chord, a dominant chord, and a major chord. Interesting to note is that all 3 chords are a fourth away from each other. So the D minor is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the G, 7, and the G, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the C. So they're a fourth away. So these chords move in fourths. So 2-5-1s are very, very useful in the blues and in jazz. But instead of resolving to a C major chord, you would resolve to a C7 chord, dominant chord. Because in blues, the 4 chord, which in this case would be C, they're all dominant chords, the 1, 4, 5. So if we did like a simple blues in G, right? So it leads really, really nicely into a 4 chord. And into all the chords, actually, which we'll get into in another video. Here's a question for you. What are some ways that you like to use the 2-5-1? Let me know in the comments section. I'd love to know. Remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry. If you want to see another video on how to build chords, check one out right here.